Well, yes, so let's take a quick look at how the FMCG staple sector has shaped up in the quarter gone by, that's in quarter four. Some common threads is that the space started with some strong results. Names like HUL, Nestle have done well. After that, it tapered to moderate, but it was only a miss from Britannia. Otherwise, the results were largely in line or a beat. Then the other common factor was price hikes. The announcements of price hikes already undertaken or plans to undertake that were the common thread across the board. And the third common thread is everybody has pointed out that domestic demand continues to be resilient, but the international business on account of the Middle East war impact that's taking a little bit of a hit. So here's what the FMCG roundup looks like. Good quarters coming in for both HUL and Nestle. In fact, Nestle has been very strong this time around with a double-digit volume growth, which was a strong beat versus our estimates. Revenue has expanded nicely for both of these companies. But for HUL, there's been a margin contraction of 33 bips. For Nestle, there's been a margin expansion to 26.3%, which is their highest ever margin recorded in the company's history. Now let's talk about Britannia. Weak quarter for Britannia, and in about a minute we'll tell you why it's weak. 6.5% revenue growth. They don't share their volume outlook, but brokerages expect this number to be around 5.5%, which is not too good but not too bad either. And margins have contracted by about 9 bips. So we were expecting a 100 bips expansion here. So this 9 bips contraction also looks really bad for Britannia. Let's come down to Tata Consumer. Strong quarter for them again, about 18% revenue growth, 16% domestic UVG. That's underlying volume growth, a very massive beat versus all estimates. And you had the volume, you had the margin also that has seen a nice expansion. Inline quarter for Godrej Consumers, 11% uptick on the revenue front, 8% volumes were inline, margins were absolutely flat. So more or less, it's been an inline one for that one. Dabur, good quarter once again, 7.5% uptick, 6% volumes were a beat versus our estimates, and margins have also seen a expansion of 12 bips. Let's talk about Marico. Inline set of numbers coming in. Revenue has grown really nicely. 9% volumes were in line with our estimates, but margins have contracted about 115 bips. That's a very quick roundup of what has happened in a nutshell. But let's first talk about what has caused this weakness that we've seen in Britannia. The company has announced that they're going to be taking price hikes in quarter 1 FY27, and this calibrated price hikes will not only be in the form of hikes monetarily. They're going to be taking hikes and also reduce the grammage of the products that they're selling. So it's a double whammy for that company. The management has also flagged off some slowdown in March after good show in Jan and Feb, and pricing by local players. You know, local players, they continue to sell their packs at 4.5 and 9 rupees, which is hurting Britannia's pack of 5 and 10 rupees. So that is the competition that they have flagged off as well. And lastly, on the back of war impact in West Asia, they're finding container shortages and freight costs have gone up, shipping days have gone up, and that has also affected their international business. So that again in a nutshell is what happened with Britannia. Now let's talk about some key pricing actions that the companies have taken. For HUL, they've already taken a portfolio price hike of about 2 to 5%. Britannia, like I mentioned, have announced price hikes in quarter 1. For Godrej Consumer, they've already taken price hikes of 5% in soaps and 6 to 7% in detergents and 4 to 5% in home insecticides in April. For Dabur, they are seeing inflation about 10% across their portfolio, and they've taken a price hike of about 4%. So that 6% they're planning to either partly absorb and partly pass on to the consumer is what they're saying. And for Marico, they say that they will continue to prudently leverage pricing as vegetable oil and crude continue to be high. So that's on pricing. Lastly, let's take a very quick look at what the volume outlook commentary has been. For HUL, they've said that overall FY27 will be better than FY26. Britannia is confident, they have confidence in the domestic demand environment. Tata Consumer has said that their FY27 margin will expand roughly 50 to 70 bips, and they're aiming for mid-single digit volume growth and mid-single digit top line growth in the tea business as well. For Godrej Consumer, yes, they have flagged off some margin pressure in quarter 1 on FY27, so that is one stock that you need to be watching out for very carefully. For Dabur, they're aiming for high single to low double-digit FY27 growth. That's a guidance upgrade that they have given this time. So looking good for Dabur. And Marico, lastly, high single-digit volume growth is what they're aiming for in FY27. So that's a roundup of everything that's happened in FMCG staples, the weakness that was seen in Britannia, what the war impact has been, what the pricing is, what the volume outlook is. And yes, that in a nutshell is how quarter 4 has shaped up for FMCG staples.